Hello and welcome to the Uncommon Guild podcast, the show mostly about video games and video game news. I'm your host, Matt, and today I'm joined by my good friends Chris and Mark. On today's show, we're going to be talking about Dota 2, we're going to be talking about Square Enix, and we're going to be talking about no PS5 availability. But yeah, for now, man, I forgot to edit the podcast document again. Anyways, we're here. We're live again. As you can see, our logo is still messed up. Our graphics guy was on holiday.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get a chance to edit our stuff by then, so it's just hopefully just one more week of this.
I kind of like the ghetto-ness of it, honestly.
Maybe we'll just
It's about appropriate for us.
It's a little bit of charm.
See, what we do is that behind that logo, we put the old Uncommon Drops logo, and behind that, we put the MMG logo, so you can just see our logo progression in the background of our podcast
But
layout.
we also hide the stock biscuits meme in here somewhere.
It's just like your vehicle registration stickers, just kind of stack it on top.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that way it's like 4 inches long off your license plate.
Oh, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
spoiler for that
someone's
sticker
car
stock.
had like half an inch of stickers on their car.
It's
ridiculous.
honestly really impressive.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid you hit a bump and it snaps off.
You're just driving without like, registration.
This
I'm
is
pretty
from
sure-
2008.
I'm pretty sure it's fused on like a molecular level.
It just breaks off like it's like just half of it breaks off, but just like the bottom half, so the top half is still attached there, just like it always was. That's kind of fusing. All right. Before we get into video games, I'm a big fan of watching. I like watching football, and the NFL's just had a crazy week this week. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the Baltimore and Pittsburgh game got pushed back from Thursday to Tuesday because of COVID, and now both teams have active COVID cases, with the Baltimore Ravens being a really, really bad case. So that game's questionable. The 49ers, their county, has now banned football practice and games there. So after this Sunday, they're not going to be able to practice, and they have 2 home games. So they're trying to figure out where they're going to play. They literally cannot play games according to the new rules. And then third, the Broncos had a COVID outbreak, and because their quarterback room wasn't wearing masks, now all of their quarterbacks are not allowed to play tomorrow. That's definitely going to be must-watch television.
Yeah,
No
sure.
quarterback. Just
They
put a
have,
kicker in there.
they have no quarterbacks. Well, I think one of their running backs is going to play quarterback.
All right. I'm not even like a huge sports person, but I gotta watch that.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so great. I'm so excited.
My knowledge on football is so low that when you said Pittsburgh, it took me about 30 seconds after that to realize you're talking about the Steelers.
Yes, the Steelers and the Ravens. My bad. I could have been talking about the 76ers.
It's like Pittsburgh.
Could have been talking about the Eagles.
He's like, yes.
The Pirates.
I didn't know the Ravens though. So
Okay.
I got something.
So, I hope COVID's a serious thing. I hope everybody feels better, but it's just been a crazy week, and especially the no quarterbacks allowed from the Broncos. I've never seen a game that did not have a quarterback playing for one of the teams. So,
Yeah. Against a team that does have a quarterback.
maybe. Questionable.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. The Saints might have a quarterback. He had a pretty good game last week, but up till now, he's just been like a gadget player. So, probably a lot more football talk than people wanted on this podcast. So, Chris, get me off of this.
Well, according to the sheet, I'm caboosing. So
All right, so I'll let Mark take the
Boosting
lead
the
then.
hype train.
Mark is conducting this hype train.
Oh yeah, dude. So this hype train, it's something me and Chris. So what ends up happening is, everybody that's a part of this podcast that at one point would all play games. That people would fall asleep early, and then me and Chris end up being up. We're like, well, now what? So the Mark and Chris show is normally just random games. Van Helsing was a big one. Payday.
Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
Oh, yes.
Payday, a big one. But now it would just it's hard, man. We're really into this Payday now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just so good. This game
just
released
Go ahead.
this game released like 7 years ago now, and it is phenomenal. It still gets developer support. They just put out more DL. I don't think DLC, but I think a big update. Me and Chris just bought DLC.
The DLC actually just came out. I think the
Oh,
Breakfast
really?
in Tijuana. That's a pretty
Oh.
recent one. Which I bought Black Friday sale.
Nice.
Breakfast in Tijuana. Yeah, that released in June.
Oh,
Yeah,
real recent.
Wow.
Some serious commitment to that game.
Yeah. I can't wait for Payday 3 to come out in 20 years while I'm still playing Payday 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but it's such
I
a
hope
good
they
game.
do a really good job with Payday 3 because I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
They've been surprisingly quiet. I think the last update I heard was earlier this year. They said they're like in the development phase or like the drafting phase. So really early in development.
Got
It's
it.
probably not going to come out in like you said, 20 years.
I think it was it
Well-
5 years ago, 6 years ago that we were like really into Payday 2, and then we kind of fell off of it until I guess you guys have picked it up recently.
Yeah. And Payday 2 VR.
Which is something I discovered because I installed Payday 2, and then I think we were loading up Phasmophobia, and I saw Payday 2, and I was like, wait, Payday 2 has VR? And Mark's like, yep. I played it. Man, it is a whole new game. It is essentially Payday 3, in my eyes, at least. Especially with all the newer DLC, which seems to be a lot more expanded than the stuff that we used to play, which was like robbing banks and jewelry stores. Now it's like break into this hospital and kidnap this biohazard patient or something.
Break into the White House, steal some
Break into the White
documents.
House. That's such a good mission.
Yeah, so Payday 2 VR is real cool. Still working through the controls of it, but what I really like about it is that when you look down at your belt, it'll show you like weapons, bag, and all your equipment right there on like a grid essentially that's coming out from your belt. And I that's one of the more interesting ways I've seen inventory being managed in a game like this. Usually it would just be like I'd have to bring up a menu or something like that. Like yeah, like No Man's Sky, I have to like bring up a menu on my wrist and it shows me my items. And it looks very similar to in-game stuff, but having everything laid out on a grid and I just like pull out a machete, pull out a pistol, and I'm just running around with a machete and a pistol. Just it was great.
And
The auto aim
for
on there is
Payday,
also
you actually
really
have to aim with guns if you're akimboing, right?
Yeah, I have to actually. I'm actually like I could shoot like this if I wanted to.
That's so cool.
So awesome.
Just start spinning. Some DMC level acrobatics.
Well, I try and do that on games like Pistol Whip, and it never works out. But the auto aim in Payday 2 seemed to be pretty forgiving.
Okay.
I think when we were in for those fight sections, and I really want to try more fighting stuff just to see what the combats gets more used to the combat. But it did seem like I was able to pull off headshots that I know I wouldn't be able to pull off in other VR games I've played.
Well, thankfully, me and Chris already have our loud classes set up on top of sneaky classes. So if you ever just want to go hit a bank and just with a minigun, I'm ready.
Yeah, we could try that out sometime. What was I going to
And I
say?
recently discovered I have a javelin now as a grenade.
Yeah.
So throwing grenades, pull out a
Javelin.
javelin, just whoosh. Thinking
Ooh.
once you stab it, or even if you miss, you can go over there and pick it back up and use
Oh,
it
that's
again.
cool.
I'm using shurikens because why not?
Yeah, Mark and I have been doing really into stealth missions recently.
Yeah.
It used to be like, you do a stealth mission. If you get busted, you just kind of you try it.
Write it out.
Yeah, try to write it out, see if it works. Now, the moment we know we're gonna fail the stealth, restart, keep going, go for the 100% stealth mission.
Oh yeah.
It's been intense. What a great game!
Yeah, we got pretty far when we did that yacht level, and then Chris and I got cornered in the kitchen, and I panicked and shot. Or no, yeah, shot him when we ran out of radio calls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
eventually made
we
it.
beat that one. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we beat that one. So it's been good. It's been real
I've
good.
been playing as John Wick.
Yeah.
There's a character in there. It's really cool. H3 is a character.
I saw that. I
who else
was
is in
really
there?
confused by that.
I think it's funny that when John Wick puts on his quote unquote mask, he's just sunglasses. And that's it.
That's awesome. Oh, something I didn't mention when we were playing is that when I put on a mask, like I'm holding the mask in my hand, and then it just floats out of my hand and like goes onto my face.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Like the movie The Mask, where just
Yeah, exactly, just like that.
Nice.
I thought I had something else to say about it.
That is great.
But yeah, it was fun. I definitely want to play more of it. The VR, like I said, it's like a whole new game now.
yeah, yeah. You were streaming on Twitch, and Mark and I looked at your stream and see what you're dealing with. And now, we might be picking up a VR
Yeah.
headset.
Especially since you're over here saying that you have to sit down and stand up. Like that'll be all the working out I need.
That's what I wanted to mention. I did realize when we were playing that it did slow me down when I got below a certain height, as if I was crouching, and then when I stood back up again, I'd be full speed again. So
That's cool. Then you had your wristwatch little panel.
oh yeah, I had like your guys' health on my wristwatch, but in a fighting situation, I'm not even thinking about that.
So you don't have a HUD, right? It's just all in your wristwatch.
I have a HUD.
Like your
No,
armor
yeah.
and your health is
Nope.
all in your watch.
Where was my health? I think. Where was my health? I don't remember where my health was. No, I don't think there was a HUD. I think everything was
Awesome.
on the wrist.
Immersive.
Well, the HUD, I guess, was the inventory around my belt.
You had to look down to see your health. You're just like, oh god, oh god, like he got shot in the penis or something.
I wonder how it is for.
I think the health was on my watch, and then your guys' health was on the wrist device.
Oh, okay.
How is melee? How did that work?
Oh, I'm sure I looked like an idiot. I was just swinging, just.
But did it have like a knife just in your hand?
Yeah, I mean it's just like VR. Like I was literally swinging the sword.
So you can just go in and just stab someone.
Not
Yeah,
only
I mean,
that,
like, yeah, whenever people would come down from the vent, I would just move over and just keep going like that until, well, I died, I guess.
That's so cool.
I
I
don't.
think
And
the
on
only
top
issue
of that,
was
he
that
has his weapon in a hand, so he's like bang, 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 stab, stab, stab,
Yeah, I
bang,
can just
bang,
see like
bang.
that.
Totally John Wicking it.
Yeah, just like Phasmophobia, it's like having the VR aspect, just that extra level of movement, just it just makes the game more immersive.
So cool.
Yeah, so
So, wonder if you need skill to throw a javelin.
I'm
You
sure.
need to be the Olympic level javelin thrower.
Well, that's why I'm always practicing. Whenever we play Phasmo, I practice throwing the basketball because something that I've noticed in VR games is that the timing for when to release is different in every game, and so you kind of have to learn that. So that's why you always see me like trying to throw stuff, because half the time it just ends up falling straight down because it's like I press it too late in my arc and it just gets no momentum. So I'd be curious. I don't even know what gadget I had. I don't think I had throwables on that class. I have to mess with it. I gotta mess with my classes at some point.
You're really selling this VR headset.
No?
They really are. Great job.
I was staring
Being
at it
able
last night
to-
too. I was like, man,
Being able to bag somebody, or you were interacting with things in the world and had a gun in your hand, so you're like, oh, we need to hack this. Going up, hack, 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 gun, 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 gun.
oh yeah, like I'm holding, you have to hold the interact button, right, to tie someone up, but I could still aim my gun with my other hand and shoot at people.
That's so useful.
That's nice.
So they can't shout, because interact and shout I think are the same button.
Oh, we can't do anything. We're like when you're like picking a lock, you are picking a lock, and that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
You can pick a lock and slowly look to one side.
Yeah, you can
It's really-
watch as someone comes up to you to shoot you in the face.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah, because I think in that case I was interacting with the drill to fix it, but then with my other hand I was aiming down the
So
See
down the
that?
hallway.
Right there, game changer.
Yeah, I was looking at it last night and I was like, maybe I don't care as much for the Facebook stuff as I used to. Like it's still
Dude,
shitty.
I'm telling you.
But I kind of want the new one
I'm
because I know how
telling you.
much better the Oculus 2 is, and it's so cheap.
Well,
One of
you have
those
to do
things,
that
man.
eventually, right? With your Oculus or Quest 1.
Yeah, it's either 2022 or 2023. So most likely, I'm going to have to get a new headset before that happens. Just based on my typical electronic use is about 2 years before I need to replace at least something like the VR headset and like a phone, right, where it gets constant physical use as opposed to like a console that just sits there. So eventually, yes, I'll have to. But if I get a new Oculus headset, I definitely have to. And I think, especially with COVID this year, I haven't seen any competitors come out and try and push into that wireless space, because that's what I want. I want a wireless headset, and if I can't get that anywhere else, I'm gonna probably pick up a Quest 2 at some point.
Yeah, I will be a little upset if I get the Quest 2 and some like HTC or um, Valve comes out with a portable non-PC version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Someone else to come into the scene, because yeah, I know that like AJ has the one that links into the PC because he wanted higher fidelity, but the wireless just it just makes it so much better of an experience. Sometimes I'll have to charge it when I'm playing, and it bothers me having that wire going straight down.
He has the Rift S, right? Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between that and linking your headset to the PC?
I believe there will be a little bit of like um I think there's a little bit of lag in between that, but for the most part, no, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that Quest 2 is just such a beast in power that I don't know, like it's just such a good price if you're willing to sell your soul to Facebook.
Yeah, I saw the resolution is much higher than the Quest 1 and the Rift S.
And we
The
mentioned the 90
refresh
hertz.
rate is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it in the stores all the time. It's like, oh, yeah, just
I mean, at this point, what does Facebook not know?
That's a good point. I mean, they already 3D map your face based on multiple angles of like pictures that you have.
it's
So
just I don't know. I've been using like Instagram and Facebook less as I try and pull out of that. But if I need to keep it for my Oculus headset, then it's whatever, I guess. But I never use it anyways, so maybe it'll be fine. Just never connect anything else to Facebook, or never do anything on Facebook ever again, and give them as
lock it
little
down.
information as I can.
I don't think I really use my Facebook. I use it for Messenger more so than anything. Just because that's like a primary way of contacting people here. So we don't, because I guess Japanese phone companies don't like text messages.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
we use like WhatsApp, Line, Messenger.
Yeah, it's mostly just for family to get in contact with me because, I don't know, especially when I was younger, my phone number would just change constantly just because I was switching plans, phones, and all this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely have to replace it when it breaks, just because. I mean, I can't play Phasmophobia in 2D. I just can't do it.
Have you died yet in 3D?
Nope.
Or in VR?
And
Well,
I think
hopefully today.
Maybe tonight.
yeah, for the new level on the beta build.
Ooh,
happen.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do I actually have to download something for that?
If you're on the
it's
beta
like
build, then you should just be able to it should have automatically updated.
It was a 12 meg download. So
No,
Dang,
that's a small level.
12 megs.
yeah, it was because I woke up, I checked it this morning to see if it was actually done, and I was like, oh yeah, it's done. I pushed update, and I was like, done. I was like, oh, all right.
All right, if that's all on Payday 2, I just have a
Yeah,
short
think
thing I
so.
want to say. Now that I beat Hades, I saw the epilogue, and so at this point it would just be maxing out 100%. So now that I've done that, I'm starting to get back into other things that I've been needing to do, which includes Final Fantasy XIV. I'm trying to get the yokai. So I don't know how much you played of it, Mark, but there's a yokai watch event in Final Fantasy XIV that's going to be kicked out of the game on the next patch, which I believe is early December. And so I'm trying to grind out for the dancer's yokai weapon, which I just got through the story so that I could I can fly in that last area. And so I think I'm one dungeon away from beating Stormblood. At least
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
at least the 4.0 stuff. Then I have to do the post Stormblood missions, and then I'll be in Shadowbringers. So, yeah, I want you guys to play, but you guys are so far back. You guys might just have to buy a skip because it's going to take a long time to catch up to me at this point.
I'm making my way through Heaven's Word right now.
How far are you? Put you on the spot.
It would be kind of
Yeah, you did.
spoilery, so I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, that's fine. We could talk about it off air. But yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is super fun. I actually did the last time I played it. I did one of the last dungeons in that, and I had not played Astrologian in forever, healer, because I've been doing nothing but tank for these yokai quests, just because it makes it easier for me to stay alive. And I was panicking the entire time because I'd completely forgotten how to play my character, and I did not want people dying on me because that would be embarrassing. I've been called out when I played some bad Astro, but no, we got through it. There was one mechanic I didn't understand, and so we almost wiped because me and the other new guy had no idea what we were doing, but the other two were able to finish off that dungeon. But Final Fantasy XIV is my favorite MMO, and an MMO that everybody should play because it's awesome.
It's a great MMO.
It was fun.
Nicest community in any online game I've seen.
Yeah, strangely so. So I got called out like the one time by somebody, but for the most part, it's like, people are just super nice on there. And even in that last game I played, after we beat the boss of that area, they're like, "Oh, congrats you guys on beating Stormblood." It's like, oh, that's awesome.
Even if we die multiple times, and you're like on your 5th attempt for this one raid or boss, everyone's like, "Oh, we got it this time. Just keep at it. We got this. We got this."
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely got
Wow.
salty people that are like,
Wow.
"We're never gonna beat this. Let's just quit this now." But for the most part, people have been strangely happier than most other games I played. But I guess most other games I play are super competitive, while this is mostly team based, except for PvP.
Yep.
Dang, PvP.
PvP.
I can't even imagine how efficient these people who play PvP on that game are.
Speaking of people that play PvP, Mark, why don't you give us our first story?
Segue.
Yeah, I guess that's
Trying.
technically PvP.
We're practicing.
Yeah. I was like, But so there's a Valve developer that got into a disagreement. Speaking of salty community, in
That's very
DOTA 2.
transition.
Yeah.
Speaking of PvP, so broad.
So in Dota 2, which if you guys don't know, is a multiplayer online battle arena, similar to League, to Smite, fucking favorite right there. But it is very, very, very aggro. I think we had started it back in like 2013, 2014. We were terrible at it.
Yeah, we were.
Not much different from Smite now, but everybody is just on edge in that game. And apparently, a user was arguing with another player on his own team about whether they should assault an objective or fall back and take whatever they had already gotten done. And I guess eventually the guy got fed up. He's like, "Hey," or where was the actual quote? Hold on. "Do you know who you're talking to? Check my profile. I'm a Steam employee." And then after the game, put him in a low priority queue as a part of a ban. And when the guy fought it and put it on Reddit, the owners of Dota, let me see, is that Riot?
Valve.
Okay, so yeah, I guess it is Valve. Okay, so Valve put out like, hey, it's no longer going to be a manual ban. So now all employees have lost their manual ban power.
Yeah, so
It's gonna be strictly auto power.
they have to report
auto
people the
system.
traditional way that everybody else has to.
Yeah, but I think it's just very funny. This guy had about 2 ounces of any kind of authority and just immediately went wild with it.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah,
That's lame.
That story was I just thought that was a very entertaining story that I don't think it's the first time I've heard of this happening, but it is the first time that Valve's come out and been like, hey, we're gonna stop that.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. Do you know who I am?
Or was it Smite that did
No. Yeah, speaking of the exact opposite of this, because that's a really shitty scenario. What's a really nice scenario, Chris?
that?
Well, so Square Enix. This is Japan, not the stateside. Japan offices only. However, we're not even playing with. They're implementing a new telecommute option for their employees. So beginning December 1st, they're going to make a permanent work from home solution. So they're going to have two different schedules, I guess. There's going to be what was the actual verbiage here? Home-based and office-based. So the home-based people, it's kind of like A and B shift. Home-based will be working from home 3 days a week, and the office-based guys will be working from the office 3 days a week. And they're going to be swapping on a monthly basis, or maybe not necessarily swapping, but re-looking at who goes into which shifts. So the reason why Square Enix is doing this, it's just to increase flexibility for their people, increased life-work balance. And they said, I think it was 80% of the people that were on a telecommuting schedule in Square Enix had a positive experience with it. So they said, oh, you know what? Let's run with this. And I'm sure they'll also save a little more money on the actual buildings themselves, in terms of heating, lighting, all that good stuff. But yeah, so what else did it say about this? There was one more thing I wanted to bring up. I'll just read this quote. Rather than utilizing work from home solely as a means of preventing infections during the current pandemic, the company will establish it as a permanent and core program among the working styles it accommodates. In doing so, the company hopes not only to create a flexible and diverse working environment, but also to further bolster productivity and help employees achieve the optimal work-life balance, which is pretty huge for Japan because they're all about, working till you're dead, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
I hope
yeah.
I hope more people and more companies adopt this, because it's a healthy option. And I've been working in the COVID environment too, and honestly, it's been great. It's telecommuting and in-office rotations. It's definitely a quality of life boost.
I wish I could work from home.
Yeah, me too. No, I mean, if anything, we've seen during this pandemic that a lot of, there's a lot of companies that could just work from home and achieve similar results, and so that would just, reduce the amount of people on the road, reduce the amount of just a lot of things. But yeah, so hopefully more companies start doing that, like you said, and hopefully we can see more of that shift, because we have the technology and the availability to do it in a lot of different industries. It would just be a matter of breaking out of the old routine of, well, you're here from 8 to 4, and then you just kind of sit there at 2 o'clock like, oh, I have 2 more hours. I'm just going to hide in a bathroom and play on my phone or something.
Yeah. Luckily, my office, they were like, oh, you got nothing to do, get out of here and work from home, which was nice. Yeah. So as long as I got my work done, I'm like, okay, there's no reason for you to be here, which was a huge change from the usual just stay until 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Got to find something to do, and then you sit in the bathroom for 2 hours.
Yep.
So are you being gainfully employed right now? Just give me work. There's nothing for me to do
here. Speaking of working from home,
wait,
got it.
I'll get a transition.
These are totally fluid.
Speaking of no regrets, telecommuting during the pandemic, who else has no regrets?
You know who doesn't have no regrets? Prep Chief Notify, which is the also known as TCN, is the company or group that has been, I guess, in the news recently because they ended up selling over 3,500 PS5 consoles
Such an
at
insane
scalping
number.
prices.
That's dumb.
I guess when I was reading the article, they were saying that on pre-order day they were able to secure 1,000 consoles, which is insane.
That is insane.
They claim they don't use bots, allegedly, which I find very difficult to believe. I get
They
also,
had
especially
to, right?
since in the beginning there was a manager who I guess hinted that they used it, but the company came out and said, "No, we don't do it. We don't do it." But they're already scalping. I wouldn't put it past them using bots.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something in the TOS that says, "Oh, you're not a bot." So they publicly said that they'd be in trouble, possibly.
Probably. That, and they also, it seems that they do this. It's a actual company, like they have a website and everything. And they track what is going to be out and what's going to be popular. So they do this with everything. This isn't something that just started with the PlayStation. They've done this for apparently 25 years, according to their website. And they're based out of the UK, so they have extra protections. I guess what you do is you subscribe for like $40 a month, and it'll give you ways to get a hold of these consoles.
Bots.
And then you probably, and then you buy the consoles yourself. And really, as long as you sell it within 14 days, it's like a zero risk. Because in the UK, you have to have 14 days by law to be able to return it.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just no risk.
Yeah, I've been looking at eBay, just while doing general searches for different consoles, and these been selling for, on average, about $1,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making a huge profit.
Yeah, that's
if they're buying, or people are buying it at $1,000. Which, if you have a lot of money to spend, then I'm sure they won't their mind. Yeah. Also, in the article, I said their Facebook group claimed that it's made its users more than £2 million in profit to date.
One of the things in their frequently asked questions was one of our highest earning members has made over £60,000 in just 7 months.
Ooh. Wow.
I am in the wrong line of work.
Yeah, we all need to buy. We all need to become scalpers, guys. Like, dump the podcast. We're scalpers now.
At least if we get into sneaker scalping, there's no children hurt from that.
But Joel wants sneakers. Children want sneakers.
Yeah, but children are not buying like $10,000 Yeezys.
I don't think children are buying $500 consoles either. In that fact, though.
Yeah, parents are.
Yeah, but I get what I'm saying. Is that, like, the $10,000 pair of Yeezys is not going to some kid. Like AJ's trying to get a PS5 for his kid, and if he can't get one,
True.
then his kid's gonna be out of a PS5. So
That's true.
Just unfortunate.
Speaking of sneakers, when I went into one of the offices I worked in, the guy was showing me around. He was friendly. We were chatting, and he suddenly asked me, "Hey, you like Snickers?" I'm like, Snickers? I guess, yeah. I guess I like Snickers. Yeah, cool. What kind do you like? Like, what? They kept going back for it. It was kind of awkward, and eventually I realized, oh, he's talking about sneakers. He was really into sneakers, and he knew all the shoes. He knew all the release dates. He even went to some midnight launch or something for some sneakers.
A midnight launch of shoes. That's wild to me.
The sneaker scene is a lot more insane than I ever thought it could be. So, yeah, I don't know.
People pay good money for shoes.
Yeah, they do.
And like limited edition shoes.
Yeah, and I mean that's why athletes have their own shoe lines, right? It's because those have insane profit margins.
Yep. I'm okay with my normal beater shoes.
Yep. $100
Yeah.
is all I need to spend on a shoe.
I have a pair of hiking shoes. I have all my work shoes. And then I have like a pair of regular walking around shoes, and that's about it. I'm pretty sure I got it for like 60, $70.
Yeah, my walking shoes I've had for about 3 years now, and my running shoes I've had them for about 4 years. They're falling apart.
I think that's a very long time to own running shoes.
Yeah.
You're supposed to switch them out every 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You should have had 8 pairs of shoes by then. Still on
I was
one.
like, hey, they still work. Why not? They're comfortable. They're like socks.
Because there's no bottom up there. You just slip your foot on. It's just the top part. Yeah. That's all I really had about scalping.
Yeah, scalping
Crappy.
consoles, not cool. Don't do that.
Not cool. Yeah.
There's money in it, but
There is money in it.
There's a stupid amount of money for it, and it's insanely profitable, and you'll probably make your money back, but don't do it.
We'll just hate you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it for the children.
Do it. Don't do it for the children.
Don't do it for the
scalp
children. Maybe do it for your children.
Go
scalp.
back home. Like, hey, yeah. It's like, hey, little Timmy, I have a PS5. You want it? Yeah, but it's gonna be $1,000. Otherwise, I'm going back to the store.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess that's been our podcast. Thank you for checking things out.
Yeah.
You can either watch our YouTube channel or my Twitch account, twitch.tv/TrueChatLu, I think, where
How do you spell Chetlu?
CHELU. It should be in the description below. I'll stream when we play on Twitch, and we're just going to separate the podcast to specifically, or YouTube to specifically be podcast content, or if we think that there's anything that we can move over there because it's higher quality than just Twitch streams, I think is our current route.
And our YouTube channel is called The Uncommon Guild.
Yes. I just realized we don't have
And
that
us.
anywhere on our on our layout right now. But yes,
Do I
that
have
is
an icon somewhere?
with the
An
icon.
icon. On
The
top
icon
of
Over another icon.
Yeah, on top of the old icon, because our graphics guy, as I said at the beginning, on holiday and unreachable.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's been our podcast, and we'll chat later.
Cool. Got the outro music?
Nope.
Nope. Just awkwardly just
All right.